Hello, welcome. Today we will be going over how to access Google Docs and some of the features of Google Docs. So let's get started. In your address bar, let's type in http://docs.google.com. Enter. Alright, so one of the first things you must know about Google Docs or any of the Google online programs is that you must have a Gmail account set up. The reason being, your Gmail address and password are your keys into any of these programs, as they are all integrated pretty much. So if you're in Gmail, you can look up in the toolbar, you can jump between Gmail to Google Docs and some of the other programs, which I will show you in a minute. So if you do not have a Gmail account set up, click on create an account now and set it up and log in. So I'll enter my address, password. So now that we're in the Google Docs, I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. If you look up here in the toolbar, you have your Gmail, calendar, documents, photos, reader, web, and some of the other things owned by Google, including YouTube. So say if you want to jump over to Gmail and see if you have any new emails, and then okay, you don't have no new emails, and jump back to Google Docs, you just click on Documents. Pretty easy, and definitely speeds up the workflow. So let's go to create new document. The document feature is kind of like a Word program. Has all the bells and whistles, pretty much the same. So let's say you're creating something. We'll go in here and say, just for an example, welcome to Google Docs. And you click Save Now. Now the save feature within Google Docs automatically saves in intervals. So if you forget to save, don't freak out. It does save for you at certain times. So if your computer crashes or some other disaster happens, you won't lose everything, just what you haven't saved within the last few seconds. So okay, so now that we have something typed up in our Google Docs and it's saved, let's say you're working on a document that you need to collaborate with say coworkers, clients, students, whatever. You can go up here and click Share. Email collaborators, which you could also do as an attachment and publish to the web. Click on Email Collaborators. Of course, now that you have your Gmail account set up, you should have contacts added to it. If not, it's a good thing to do, save you some time. So for instance, now you can choose some contacts, select who you want, automatically generates them, type in a short message, click Share and Save, and it emails those individuals links to this document. Of course, if you don't have your contact set up, just type in the email address and click Share and Save. What's cool about that is once they receive their emails, in the body of those emails there are a link. They click on that link, it pulls them up to Google Docs. Of course, they have to have a Gmail account, and once they log in, it'll pull up this document. And once this document's pulled up, let's say everyone has it pulled up at the same time, you could actually see each other edit the document in real time. So let's say if somebody came in here and wanted to change Welcome Google Docs to something else, you would actually see them typing and deleting, and usually the cursors are a different color, so you go kind of color code who is who in the collaboration effort. Okay, so say you want to talk before anything else gets done. Go here to discussions. Google Docs has built in, it's kind of like an instant messenger. A way for you and other people can just type in messages, read them in real time as you edit your documents. So you can make comments, say question changes, whatever. So it's a pretty cool feature. Alright, and moving on to the next feature. On the presentation. A presentation is a lot like PowerPoint. So if you use a PowerPoint, this will be a snap for you. You can come over here, you can change the format of your slides. Title, text, 2 columns, whatever. Go to 2 columns. You can add as many of those as you want. And if you've added too many, more than you need, you can delete them as well. Of course, course, you could also insert text, images, drawings, video, tables, shapes, pretty much all the same functions you would have in PowerPoint. But the one added benefit that PowerPoint doesn't have, it's not online based, and it doesn't share with your collaborators as easy as this does. So you can also edit in real time, you know, all that good stuff. So we'll close out of there. Next one is Spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is a lot like Excel, as that it has all the same functions. You can insert your formulas, you know, your name, range, columns, data, all that really fun stuff that most people hate using, but you know, it's necessary. So sometimes when it's necessary, you gotta do what you gotta do. But this actually makes, you know, the same function of sharing and integrating a lot easier. Having that said, let's move into Forms. This is one aspect other programs do not have. In Forms, let's say you're creating or updating your company's emergency contact information. You're doing it in a spreadsheet. Well, you come to certain sections where you don't know what people's updated information is, so you would plug into Forms. You would come over here, you know, create a question. Who is your current emergency contact? And you know, you would save that, and there's a little text area where they could actually answer it. You can also choose between text, paragraph, check boxes, or radio buttons, you know, grids, all that good stuff. This gives you a preview of what it'll look like. So you would come over here and email this form. And once you email this to whoever it is you're trying to collect the data from, you know, the cool thing about this is that other programs don't have, is that once you email this to them, say it could be 50 or more people, which in, you know, the old ways would be a really big pain, because you have to email 50 separate people. You would have to wait for those 50 separate people to get back to you in their own time, and once they got back to you, you would have to collect the data from those emails and enter it into the program yourself. So it was a lot more time consuming. There's a lot more work involved. With this program, it eliminates a lot of that. So let's say you email this form to these people. They open the email and they actually type the data into the form and hit submit. Once they submit it, this program will automatically enter that data into your spreadsheet for you, saving you a lot of time and a lot of busy work, which is a good thing. So that's definitely one of the great features of this Google Docs. So getting out of there, we'll go over here to drawing. Now for those that are used to Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, you know, you may look at this as very simplistic and why would I bother using it? Well, if you're trying to draw up some simple shapes or a design or something that, you know, doesn't really take a whole lot of bells and whistles and, you know, cool graphics, although most of us designers like to do it regardless, you can come in here and draw your little shapes, you know, add text to it, say this is the design I wanted you to see. And they could also edit and critique what you've done and, you know, add their input, whatever. So it's an actual visual tool that adds to your documents and spreadsheets and all that good stuff. And once again, you can share and publish to the web. So getting out of that, we will come down here to collection. A collection is basically an organizational tool within Google Docs. So in a collection, you can say you have one project, you enter the project name, your spreadsheets, your drawings, your documents, everything can be saved under this collection. So you just click on this one thing, it pulls all those documents up for you, which is a really nice feature. Also, for those that want to save time and, you know, have a little pizzazz, they do have pre-made templates for just about all the different aspects of this program. Should also be good for new people to this program. And that's pretty much it for Google Docs.